Well, folks, the Stormy Daniels story just won't go away. No matter how many photos of her bust line Anderson Cooper slowly zooms in on every night. They've actually renamed his show Anderson Cooper 36 Double D. Yeah, it's having an effect all across. Yeah, it's a fine show. It's a fine show. It's having an effect all across CNN. Wolf Blitzer now goes by his porn name, Wolf Blitzer. Did someone order a pizza? I've got extra sausage in my situation pants. Now, I'll catch you up on the latest in the Daniels controversy in tonight's Stormy Watch. Now, previously on Stormy Watch, Ms. Daniels alleged she had an affair with Donald Trump and that she was paid $130,000 to sign a non-disclosure agreement just days before the election. Imagine how damaging an affair with a porn star would have been to his image as a family values pussy grabber. Of course, could have changed something, of course. The president has a long history of non-disclosure agreements. In fact, we've just learned that Trump made the White House senior staff sign NDAs. Now, this is troubling in two ways. One, that's totally illegal. Government officials work for us, not Trump. He can't make them sign NDAs. Okay? Yeah.
That's right.
And two, it really makes me think Trump has had sex with his entire staff. So, I guess we shouldn't have been surprised when porn star attorney and attorney who looks like a porn star, Michael Avenatti, said that there were more accusers.
We have been approached by 6 separate women who claim to have similar stories to those or to that of my client.
Yes, and they've all been compiled in the new book, 6 Shades of Hurt. But Avenatti, it's a good read. Avenatti had a much more serious allegation, which he claims is not just an allegation.
I'm not alleging anything. I'm stating a fact. And the fact is that my client was physically threatened to stay silent about what she knew about Donald Trump.
How dare you, sir? Donald Trump would never condone violence.
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody.
Knock the crap out of him, would you?
Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
I stand corrected. But according to Avenatti, Daniels is not intimidated.
The details surrounding that, she's going to discuss, I'm sure, on the 60 Minutes interview on March 25.
Yes, they're airing the Stormy Daniels interview this Sunday. It'll be the steamiest broadcast on CBS since Edward R. Murrow did the entire show as a leather daddy. Good night. Good night, and your safe word is good luck. Now, when asked about the allegation, Trump lawyer Michael Cohen says he never threatened her, and he's not sorry that he spent $130,000 to pay off Daniels, explaining, "What I did defensively for my personal client and my friend is what attorneys do for their high-profile clients. I would have done it in 2006. I would have done it in 2011. I would pay off a porn star in a box. I would pay off a porn star with a fox." Adding, "I truly care about him and the family more than just as an employee and an attorney." Yes, this porn star payoff is just Michael Cohen showing the care of a simple country lawyer. As Atticus Finch once said, "I'm no idealist to firmly believe in the integrity of a married man's God-given right to bang a porn star. To be spanked on his chunky buttocks with a rolled-up magazine. I'm confident that you will review without passion this briefcase loaded with $130,000 and stay silent about this pervert in the White House. In the name of God, do your duty." And